again, ladies and gentlemen, it's Paul Zabin and Anna Selleck from Dance House International Quick Tip Series. Here we go. Today's is it's going to be about leading. Let's check it out. Okay, so one thing we see a lot of in the socials, whenever we go out to see socials, is still a lot of dog paddling. And that's okay. It's going to be a little while before we get rid of that completely. But one thing we do want to understand about the power and intention of the lead, a lot of times when we put our hands up to do an underarm turn or an inside turn or anything where we turn the girl or even wrap her in, or anything like that, what happens is the girls tend to lift their elbows a lot. Now, this is quite dangerous. Girls, what we want you to understand is when the hand goes up, your elbow must stay down, okay? You cannot lift your elbow up in the air because as soon as that comes around, bang, that starts to get into people's faces, can break noses, can break eye sockets, all sorts of stuff. I'm laughing at it. Now, this is a common problem with quite a few ladies, and it's just a bit of an understanding. So one thing, the very first thing we do is when the guy is leading, elbows down. Make sure the elbows stay down. As soon as the hand goes up for the guy, elbow still stays down because what we need is a lever so that the man can actually rotate the girl in any direction and give you those spins. Okay, now number two, whenever we lead, gentlemen, a lot of times we still see the Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. What we want to do is bring the lady's hands down. One of the reasons is because if Anna has a hand up here, the energy goes directly to her shoulders and pushes her over. If we have the hand sort of midway, I'm still pushing her through her back and she's still falling over. What I want to do is I want to lower the hands and move the girl's hips, yeah? The actual pelvic girdle goes backwards. The pelvis moves backwards if I give her that energy from downstairs, from down here. And this is where we generally lead from. This is the safest way of leading the lady to make sure that she steps on her foot, on a basic step. Now, a lot of guys are saying to us, well, we can't help it because the girls are actually lifting our hands up in the air. Whenever we dance with them, they're dancing up here. And I go, that's okay, just relax your hands. Now see, eventually, I'm not actually holding my hands up, I'm actually just relaxing my hands, and eventually Anna's hands will get tired and she'll drop them down. So I'm not really assisting her in lifting her hands, I'm actually assisting her in pushing them down. You don't have to push very hard, just allow them to relax, and the girls will understand finally that you want the hands down. One of the major reasons we want the hands down is because of balance. You see, whenever you put the hands up, it automatically pushes the girl's head backwards over the heels. What we want to do is bring the hands down so her head comes forward over the balls of the feet. Because from here, this is where balance occurs and is quite safe. As soon as I lift the hands up in the air, it's very easy for her to fall backwards and have a skull traveling beyond her heels, and we don't want that ever. We want to make sure it's always down. So really, from here, just bring them down. Nice and easy. The last thing about leading is soft and hard. Too soft or too hard leads. A lot of people will tell you you've got to use these 2 fingers. Really, really awkward for the girls. If the guy's giving the girls only 2 fingers, number one, you can break your fingers. If the girl's holding on really tightly, you can strain them, sprain them, all sorts of stuff can happen in your arms. Use all 4 fingers. In fact, what I use is what we call a pistol grip. Yeah, kind of like that sort of grip. So I've got 3 fingers supporting the palm underneath, 1 finger supporting the hand so it doesn't slip out, and the thumb gently resting on top, gently resting on top. Not pressing down on the girl, just gently resting on top. So as you can see, if we turn this over, everything is actually hooked really nicely underneath. Ladies, what we want from you is your fingertips hooked underneath. Not holding, not grabbing, not tight, not really suffocating our fingers, but just hooked enough so that we can actually pull and push at the same time. The pulling sensation will occur through your fingers. The pushing sensation will occur through your palms. We call this negative and positive energy. If I'm pushing towards Anna, it's a positive energy. If I'm hooking my fingers and pulling gently away through my body, not through my arms, and through Anna's body, not through Anna's arms, this is called a negative sensation. Both are very, very good for leading, but again, we do that through the body, not through the arms.
Let's show them from the other angle. Okay, so when doing the pistol grip, you've got to remember, Although it's a pistol grip, your wrist for the guy still has to be positioned in the correct way. So if your wrist is positioned in the wrong way and you're still doing the pistol grip, when the lady comes forward, her hand can actually slip forward. You need to be able to have your palm resting on the front of her knuckles, so when she comes forward, she's got something to resist against. So when I come forward, I should be able to resist against your palm. That's it there. When I come back, I should be able to feel all 4 fingers, whether if Paul positions his hand differently, yep, I can easily slip out. So you want to make sure the pistol grip is 3 fingers, the 1 is on the side, so when we go to do something like a cucaracha, the guy can actually lead the side of my hand. That's it. Whether if you're only using a few fingers, the whole hand is exposed and you can't actually lead from the side of the hand, which is no good.
No fun. So in an effort to make sure that the leads are not too hard or too soft, here's what we want to try and do. Whenever you're dancing with a lady and her hands are all really, really soft, it's very hard to lead her anywhere. My advice is to bring her forward rather than move her backwards, meaning a lot of crossbody leads, because I can actually bring her to me by pulling rather than pushing. You see, if I push, what happens is Anna's hands collapses and it's kind of awkward going directly into her. But if I've got my hand cupped on her shoulder blade, what can happen is I can lead her to me, and that way she actually follows in to my lead rather than away from my lead. Too hard a lead is also not good. If the girl's very, very stiff, you don't want to match her pressure, because from here it just becomes a fight. Yeah, so if the girl is very, very hard, I kind of just relax my hands and just allow them to fall downwards and just allow that softness to come into the body. Remember guys, whatever you do, the girl will reflect always on the dance floor. So again, Paul Zabin and Anna Selig from Dance House International with another quick tip for you. Check it out, practice it. Again, as always, if you don't understand, give us a call, send us a message. We're always on Facebook, social media, and out there in the social scene. Alrighty? From us, enjoy your dancing, and bye-bye for now.